As the smoke clears, the answers will finally present themselves and we will know who is the victor. Alright, now it's time to talk about the PlayStation 4 controller. Let's start with what's changed. What are they trying to bring new to the table? What's the new innovations? Start with the big one, I think, which is either the big innovation or the big disappointment, depending on your perspective. Right? When they first announced it, this guy here, I don't know, maybe I read it wrong, maybe it's just wishful thinking. I thought it said touch screen, not touch pad. Right? Touch screen would be awesome. A tiny little touch screen about like that. If you're trying to play Madden and you can pick your plays on there. You know, for couch competitive playing, there's a ton of things on there you could do in different games that your player, the other guy, couldn't see that'd make it fun. Maybe that's really the only thing I'd use it for is Madden, but ever since Dreamcast I've always wanted to be able to pick my plays on there. So I was a little disappointed it's just a touchpad, and then to add to the disappointment, they don't do anything with it. They've got this touchpad, which is kind of cool, right, in that it's sensitive, right, it works real good, but they don't. So there's a web browser on the PlayStation, they don't even use it on the web browser. What the hell is a touchscreen for if it's not for the web browser? I mean, isn't that the... I don't know what they're doing with it. You can't use it in menus. You know, there's a couple games where you use it, flick it up or flick it this way or tickle it nice and talk dirty to it to do some little quick time event. But I don't know. I think there's a lot more possibility for it, and they're certainly not using it. So hopefully Sony at least use it for the web browser. Come on. And then they added this speaker. We've got a little speaker on there. It's a miss. For me, it's a miss. I was kind of thought it might be cool, but it's just kind of crappy little tinny speaker that adds things that could just might as well just be in the game. It doesn't really add anything to the table. So disappointed on both the screen and the speaker. But then the really exciting thing is you've got this blue light. Blue light, huh? Right? It doesn't really do anything. Officially, it's so if you have the camera that costs another $60 and nobody can find anywhere. But if you have the camera, then the blue light in some games it doesn't work with anything yet, but in some games we'll be able to track your controller for some reason, some Kinect type functionality, whatever. No games use it yet, so at this point it just seems like something that's draining the really bad, slow battery life on this. Now it all sounds like I'm just bitching and moaning that I hate it, but actually it's a really good controller. It feels good in your hand. I think the sticks are nice. Maybe it could be a little quieter, but that's just really kind of picking at bones. I don't know. I think the sticks feel really good. They're accurate. They're very responsive. The touchpad is as good as the pad is as good as any pad I've ever used. It's dead on for me. I've tried it in like the fighting games, the DC comic fighting game, whatever. I think the touchpad's really good. Right, the buttons are nice. It feels, like I said, it feels good in your hand. The weight's really good. I just don't think the innovations were really there, which really means that the only reason that they did them is so they could have a new thing that they could sell you instead of letting you use your old controller. Which is kind of just juicing it, right? Working a little too hard to get your money. Although what they kept in there, which again proves they could have just kept the old controller, or done something really cool and actually innovated. What they kept in there is the tilt functionality, which hardly no games used in the last generation, and if no games use it now, it'll still be a waste. But so far, I like it in Battlefield 4. You zoom in to aim, and you can kind of tilt, and you poke your head around the corner, back and forth. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I've gotten to where I use it without even thinking. It's always there in Battlefield. So I think if more games utilize that, that could be useful, and that could be a fun thing. But they didn't in the last gen, so who knows, they probably won't do it this time either. What else do I got? I don't know. So, I think it's a pretty damn good controller. I think the innovations aren't that innovative or have kind of swung and missed so far. PS4 controller.